All video games need easy modes!
They're losers. They're just losers.
We have very stupid people.
You're not a real gamer if you play games on easy mode, people. You can scoot right along there, Buster!
Get the fuck out of here.
Cause listen, I love video games. But I am a big kid with a big kid job and responsibilities like car payments.
How stupid are they?
I don't want a challenge. Life is hard enough. I want a cool interactive story.
Go home to mommy. Go home. Bye. Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy.
What happens is I get frustrated on a fight I can't beat, and I end up giving up, and I lose out on so much cool story.
Tell her to tuck you in bed.
Video game creators, this is my plea to you. / all video games need easy modes!
Oh boy, here we go again. A fine message terribly delivered yet again by this contingent of weirdos that think challenges in life are difficult. Now, I will say, there is absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, wrong with playing games on easy. I don't think I've ever done it, at least not on purpose, but that's okay. There's a reason there are many difficulty modes for you to choose from. Where there is a problem is demanding it or shaming games for being too difficult. We've seen games by the studio From Software. Obviously, we know Dark Souls. If you grew up in the era I did, almost every game you played was difficult. I grew up with Nintendo, where if the game wasn't broken, it was brutally difficult. Games like Ninja Gaiden, Castlevania, at like 9 or 10 years old, brutal. Then you had games that were just difficult for no reason, like Fester's Quest or Battletoads. Games that weren't supposed to be brutally difficult, but ended up being that way. And you know what's interesting about that? You remember them. I remember raging at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles level where you have to swim through the seaweed, the electrified seaweed. I remember running out of continues. Yes, that is something that happens. I remember the meme of the Battletoads surfing episodes, how difficult they were, or stages. I'm not saying that a game being difficult automatically makes it better. I'm also not saying that a game being difficult for difficult's sake is a good thing. But what I am saying is games are allowed to be difficult, and they're just not for you then. If you want to play easy video games, play Nintendo Switch. These are games targeted towards people with not a lot of time, or maybe a kid's audience, and they're supposed to be relatively stress-free. The Mario series, things like this, these are relatively easy games for the most part. That said, there's been this contingency in games media, for example, whining and complaining when games are too difficult, creating the straw man. Like, Twitch streamers are sick of being shamed for playing on easy. Tough. Look, there's nothing wrong with playing on easy mode, but there's also nothing wrong with making fun of somebody for it. You see, depending on who you ask, there are many schools of thought surrounding the, quote, right way to play a video game. Some people play games to experience challenges, others are in it for the narrative, and plenty fall somewhere between. Sometimes your attitude on how to experience a title can entirely depend on the game itself. There's no wrong answer here. That is assuming you don't try to impose it on someone else. We agree. That might explain why in March, a video clip of Twitch streamer Ashley Roboto blew up on social media with over 500,000 views. In it, the red-headed Canadian whose streams focus on spreading positivity goes on an impassioned speech against viewers who try to gatekeep the way she and her Twitch personalities play games. I want you to look into my eyes right now, she says, noting that she only speaking to a specific audience in her chat. Shut the F up. Let people play games how they want to. Well, that doesn't sound like you're spreading positivity to me. Now, I understand that, I've never understood, though not denied the existence of, people that hate watch. I mean, I probably have a couple hundred hate viewers. By the way, if you're out there and you haven't yet subscribed, there's a red subscribe button down below. Please do consider clicking it. I would love to have you on board. But I don't understand watching somebody and then whining that they're playing the game on easy mode. It just isn't normal. Go watch somebody else who plays it on brutal difficulty or hard difficulty. And so I don't disagree that, you shouldn't be shamed. I don't disagree that, people should be able to play games the way that they want. That said, games journalists for a very long time have been pushing to make games easier and easier. Therefore, and I believe have influenced many AAA game studios that create games now that are basically ridiculously easy. And when you have a ridiculously easy game, to me, it's not very different. It's not immensely different than cheating. When a game is extraordinarily easy, it doesn't force you to get any better. It doesn't force you to grow. It doesn't force you to get better at games. I understand that some people don't want that. And again, I'm not saying it's not okay. I actually think it's fine if people cheat at video games. It's only your experience that you're ruining. When you're talking about a multiplayer game, that's different. But if you want to do, you want to use a game genie, whatever there is in modern day, whatever the modern day game genie it is to get through a game faster because you have limited time, that's fine. I still think you're robbing yourself of a sense of accomplishment. I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to do that, but there aren't a million articles demanding difficult modes in computer games or video games. There are a million whining about easy modes. Should video games require an easy mode setting? We also know this as games journalist difficulty. Again, I come from an era in which difficulty modes weren't even something that was normal. Many of the games that I would play, you just played. Even The Simpsons was brutally difficult. The Simpsons video game on NES. I don't remember there being a difficulty mode. It was more like figuring things out that was hard as opposed to the enemies. But nowadays, every game has to have 45 difficulty modes, and it has to have 20 accessibility modes. And I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing. However, I do think if you have to, program all this other stuff in, maybe you're trading time at adding extra levels or adding extra content, in exchange for spending extra time on different modes. The articles never end. While the idea of a challenge is always nice and harder difficulty serves as a great challenge for gamers, it doesn't suffer any by there being an easy mode, but instead prospers even more. Easier difficulty modes entice new, less skilled gamers to try out your game. It also provides more accessibility without needing to fully dampen any challenge. I disagree. I think you're cheating yourself. I happen to think men and women alike can get better at video games. It's not even a matter of time. Holy crap. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I would get stuck in a video game and I had to call a 1-900 number to get tips. I had to go to the store and spend $20 on a strategy guide. Now I can just, while I'm playing the video game in real time, open my phone, figure out how to beat a level and beat it. Again, this isn't me saying easy mode should be banned or that you're an evil person for playing it, but let's not pretend like it's required or that it automatically means more sales. I don't know how many people out there, research whether or not a game has an easy mode before they buy it. My guess is it would be an extraordinarily small amount. And then you get this viral TikTok.
Gamer, if you play
I don't know how to start these over.
All
there you
video
go.
games need easy modes.
Now, this person has the traditional look as somebody who would whine about easy modes. Again, okay, this person tweeted this out and eventually now protected their tweets and said they are the ruiner of all video games. I'm assuming this is the actual person. They're the one that had the viral tweet. As you can see, just so we're appropriate here, they are a POC. Maybe that's
I'm gonna
not.
explain, but
Okay, maybe.
first, if you're one of those, you're not a real gamer if you play games on easy mode people, you can...
I don't think you're not a real person who plays video games. I think there is a terminology that is different. I'm not going to gatekeep anybody, but I think the idea is that a gamer is different than somebody that plays video games, okay? If you want to call yourself a gamer, but you put zero effort into getting better at it and you just want to cruise through everything, I don't think you're a gamer. I think you are someone who enjoys video games, which is awesome, and I think you should buy lots of video games and support game studios. But again, these "you're not a real gamer" bros are a tiny part of the audience, but gets conflated by videos like this.
Can scoot right along there, Buster. Because listen, I love video games. I'm also very bad at video games. But I am
This person does exist. I love bowling. I'm not very good at it. I love darts. I'm only mediocre at it. You don't have to be amazing at something to enjoy it. That is certainly true. But again, wait till tomorrow when all the articles come out about all the mean words that this person got.
a big kid with a big kid job and responsibilities like car payments, and I don't have time to be good at video games. Side note, we are not hating on people that make video games a priority. If being good at video games is one of your priorities, what an excellent way to spend your downtime. I am flabbergasted by your skills. It's just not one of my priorities. I have many
So it's not your priority, but video game developers should make it their priority. Got it.
skills in this life, but beating Hollow Knight mini bosses is not one of them. I don't want a challenge. Life is hard enough. I want to...
Again, if you don't want a challenge, well, The Sims is there for you. There are many, 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 many easy video games. Again, if you want to play easy video games, awesome. Good for you. Now, if you're going to demand that difficult games cater to you just so you can not try, well, then I disagree.
a cool interactive story. What happens is I get frustrated on a fight I can't beat, and I end up giving up, and I lose out on so much cool story.
Okay. You clearly regret giving up, but you don't want to put in any effort. You don't want to actually get better at it. You just want to complain that it's too hard. Generation summed up, Zoomers, not all Zoomers though, not my beautiful Zoomer viewers. No, yeah, not every game has to be super easy. And no, not every game has to have an easy mode.
Video game creators, this is my plea to you. // on with the story. Easy modes, please. Thank you.
/ on with the story. Well, there are a set of games for someone like this. Telltale Games makes great games for you, where you can just basically, it's just you're standing and watching the story happen, unfolding before you. But the fact of the matter is, a huge contingent of the population also wants somewhat of a challenge when they play a game. Because for me, when a game is way too easy, that's when I put it down and move on. I want a challenge. Not to say that I'm the only type of buyer, but I would also not demand. I'm not out here saying video game developers need to have a hard mode. No, if a game's too easy, then I either don't play it or I play it for a very short period of time. I think that this, of course, blew up in this person's face, and it has hundreds of thousands of views and everybody dunking on them in the comment section. A fine message, terribly delivered. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.